Okay, you have just seen the time-lapse video, so I'm not going to drill that deep into it. This is the Shin, Chouryu, Gelgoog. So yeah, so he's based on the Gelgoog, and he's molded in blue, black, and green, and a bit of those yellowy, orangey thingy, which I don't like. And there is 2 pieces of red. That's it. Those 2 tassel on the back. So he looks pretty nice. He got quite a lot of armor on him, as you can see. That is not armor, but the chest piece is. There's 2 pieces for the hair, for the head, 2 shoulder, 2 back of the arm, and those 2 little tassels, which we'll talk about later, and a cape on the back. Now the cape itself has a name. Supposedly it's actually called the Phoenix Dance, except it's a bat, so it's not a phoenix. But yeah, it's supposed to be a bat. And the gimmick on this one is that the cape can transform into the famous Gelgoog shield. You can see here. So there's a little hole here which you can plug in a handle, and he can hold it. So that is a pretty cool bit of gimmick. The tassel on the back. No, let's talk about that after this. His main weapon is the Dragon Phoenix blade. You literally just call that. Although there is only a dragon there, there's no phoenix on it. Oh, maybe that bit is supposed to be phoenix with the claw and stuff, and that is dragon over there. Maybe. That's a really tiny little phoenix. It's a very big dragon head. But yeah, this is supposed to be Dragon Phoenix blade, which turned into the Phoenix knife and Dragon Glaive. And the gimmick here is that those 2 tassels on the back can be plugged in here to decorate it. The 2 blades can be used in unison, separately, or you combine into one of his 2 special attack, one of which is just spinning this like mad as you run through the enemy. The other one is unleashing a torrent of energy by using this together and slash down. Yeah, so he got a pretty big glaive, pretty nice. And alternatively, there's also a spare grappling right hand as well. So he got plenty of stuff to play around and plenty of gimmick to mess around with. So, is there anything wrong with him? Yes, he is actually an older type SD Sanku then. Although this one it has a Shin number, he's just a re-release with a new box art. So his shoulder armor doesn't come off when the 2 piece is actually in one. Is actually put together. To actually get the shoulder armor off, you have to take this whole piece, these 2 pieces apart, and that risks breaking off the bitten pieces on the inside. And not to mention, there's a big great seam all through the whole shoulder armor. And if you want to take this shoulder armor off, you can't feel the seam line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some tricks in here. I'm going to cut the packing hole a bit so that it will become a slot. It might work, it might not work, but next time you see it, it's going to be painted. So yeah, hold on for a second. Okay, and we are back with Chouryu fully painted and in unarmed form. Now it looks pretty good. There's quite a lot of detail on his skirt, as you can see here, and I end up painting. This kit is almost completely painted. All of the blue are repainted, all of the green are painted, all of the gold, all of the detail are painted on, except for the eyes. The black is left more or less unpainted, but I have weathered all of them, just for the sake of it. Now I actually kept his body more or less completely black because I thought that it looks a bit cool actually. It looks like that the black is his real body, real skin color, and he's wearing the his waist armor He's bare-chested, bare-shouldered, a bit of blue cloth sleeves on his arm. Yeah, it looks a bit looks pretty cool. So yeah, this is basically him, unarmed, and his name is up there. So let's put some armor on him. And here is Chouryu, complete armored, but without the weapons. His cape on the back can be attached, but before I show you that, just to show you what it looks like in shield mode again. So with the paint on, it actually looks pretty cool. And the gold stripe on each end actually come and meet in the center. So it looks pretty cool. And again, you still have to attach it with a peg. But yeah, a lot of people were saying that Chouryu looks great with this thing as a cape, because it adds a lot of dynamic feels to him with the cape on the back. And I do agree with him, but yeah, the lack of the articulation restriction because of the cape is pretty horrendous, really. So I'm sort of stuck in between whether using it as a shield or as a cape. And the weapon, I did a little bit of change to that. The rod was originally gold, but because the hand is going to go in and out of it so many times, it's going to scrape any paint off if I paint it blue. So I decided to cut it off, drill through it, and cut a bit of a spruce that is blue in color, and then put it back in and glue it together. So that's a tiny little fix, something that anyone can do. Whoops. Come on, Chouryu. There you go. And here we are. Here's the completely painted Chouryu. He looks great. That's one way I could say it. There is no other word that could describe him other than cool. His articulation is, yeah, his articulation is not very good because of the cape and the bulky leg armor. But what can you do? If you want him to look great, he will have to sacrifice something else. But yeah, this is basically it. Join me next time for another review.